All right, welcome back to Eek. Today we have a fun little game kind of question mark thing. I don't know. We're gonna make it fun though. So we got the list of the scariest movies according to science. So,
Yes, very scientific.
so what this is every year there is an experiment ran that is called the Science of Scare Project. They run it every single year. We have the results from 2023 today. They're going to be putting out the 2024 ones in October. They're probably testing for them
AC
right now.
2023 AC.
Uh,
2023 AC. I just want to make sure they didn't think it was from 2023 BC because that would just confuse everybody. So let's get right into it.
so how this works, because you may be asking yourself, well, how do you scientifically conduct what's the scariest movie? Because horror is subjective, and what's the scary for one person is scary for the other. Yeah, you preach to the choir. But we got in the previous years, the study was conducted with them monitoring heart rates while they watch the movies, and then they just compare it to their resting heart rates and use that to decide what the scariest movie is.
Stethoscopes, test tubes, hot plates, a lot of that kind of BS that no
Maybe a
one
beaker
cares
or
about.
two.
Several beakers. I forgot the three types of beakers, but I used to know, and they used all of them.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to think of it
They
because I
used
don't know.
they used every single one of those beakers. So
All of them, the cool ones.
yeah, if
Um,
if you want to find out exactly how they did it, maybe go to college.
in 2023, however, they did change the way they got the results a little bit because people were kind of like, well, that isn't really super fair because if they're just testing your average heart rate while you're watching these movies, it's going to favor movies that have a lot of jump scares.
I do remember I've seen lists like this in the past, and it was always very jump scary movies. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it was probably the exact same list like from the same people. It's just as of like literally last year they started doing it to kind of factor in like psychological movies or like slow burns and stuff like that,
Okay.
which is definitely nice because I mean those are my favorite kind of horror movies usually. But the way they do it this year is they take your heart rate and they take your heart rate variance. Your heart rate variance measures the time between each beat of your heart. In the lower the heart rate variance, the more stressed people are watching. And then after collecting those, they take all of the pieces of information they have and they combine it to make a scare score. And that's how they rank what the scariest movies are is out of the scare score. For example, Shrek has a scare score of 3 out of 100. So,
Okay. That makes sense.
and also, just a fun little factoid, the highest scare score on this list is 96. There
Okay,
is
so
not any
there's
above
no
that
100.
96.
Okay.
No. I'm going to cut out the second one because Danny does not know it, and I will just use it as an example.
What?
So, for example, the second one is the movie Host from 2020. That was with a scare score of 95. So, one below the top one.
In case that didn't make sense to you guys, Host is really scary.
Yeah, which I'll be so for real. I watched Host. I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in it.
Oh,
Like, I don't remember it being scary.
well, because kids won't get off their damn phones. We also wanted to take a quick second to shout out our comment of the week. All right, this one is from Carolina Camporadondu. She said, "Oh wow, y'all have improved so much from your first vid. Rooting for you guys with a little smiley face. Great stuff." Um,
Thank
we I,
you.
we recently had a conversation about our old videos, and it's insane that some of you watched those.
Because they weren't awesome.
No, they definitely weren't, and this implies that she's at least been through some of the journey of figuring things out with us, which is cool.
Definitely.
So if you watched those old videos, I hope you like these ones a lot more, and they should only keep getting better.
All right. So let's get right into it. And I'm going to be throwing Danny hints because he is going to try to guess what 1 through 6 is, not counting 2. So
Okay.
I think 3 of these 5 movies are like very common, like household name movies. Just ask
So
me some questions, I'll hit you with them.
okay, there's got to be a found footage mania movie on there. I'm going Blair Witch, starting off strong.
No Blair Witch.
There's no
What?
way.
There's the
Darn
only
it.
found footage would have been Host.
Oh man, that's not found footage, just like found MP3.
Yeah.
Are any of them classics? Is there some older movies on here?
No. The
They're
Out of the top five,
contemporary, huh?
the oldest one is from 2010.
Oh, brother.
So,
Strangers is from 2009. I was gonna say Strangers, but I think it's from 2009.
yep, not
Um,
Strangers.
oh, Sinister's got to be on there.
Sinister is number one.
Number one. That makes
Sinister has
sense.
been number one, I
That makes
believe,
sense.
since they started doing it. I think Sinister has been consistently on the
Is
top.
that 2010 Sinister?
No, Sinister was 2012.
Oh well, okay.
Sinister's got a scare score of 96, with
96.
the
Okay.
highest spike in BPM being 131, with an
That
average resting heart rate of 64.
that's a lot
That's
of
a lot. That's over double.
that's a lot of how many you're supposed to have.
Yep.
Um, okay. Number that's number one. So
Yep. So
we're
that's number
we're
one. So
skipping number two because
one is Sinister, two Host.
number three, Midsommar.
No.
The head getting cut off, I thought that would have spiked some. I didn't listen to the science part in the beginning, so I don't spiked. Okay, so it's not. Wait, did I say Hereditary?
No, you didn't. Hereditary is in here.
That's what I meant to say. There's nobody's head gets cut off in
I was sitting there thinking about it,
Midsommar.
and I was like, "Am I an idiot? Am I not remembering
Hereditary.
someone losing their head?" Hereditary is number six.
That's number six. Okay.
Yes, with an average scare or with a scare score of 81.
So far in good agreement with those. They're both
Yep.
real scary. I know there's got to be a very schlocky bad movie on here. I know there's gonna be a movie that's gonna make me really mad, so I gotta think. Gotta think
I don't know if
real hard.
schlocky
Like,
is the right way to think
no,
about it. I think there are some that are gonna probably they annoy me.
okay. Like for example, I think this movie was super corny. A lot of people liked it. Smile on there.
Smile's actually number seven. Not what you're guessing for, but Smile
Oh,
is seven. I
brother.
liked Smile. You don't like Smile?
I think Smile is a bit corny. It's just corny.
I think Smile did what It Follows does, but better.
I just think that what it did for me is nothing.
All right, well, excuse me.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, my
Just,
bad.
do we have any classic slasher characters on here?
Not in the top six.
The Screams of the world? Oh, that's like way before 2010.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh,
way before.
goodness gracious. Um, Ghost movies. Do we have any ghost movies on here?
Yes, big yes.
Are we talking about Paranormal Activity? No, that's found footage.
Paranormal
Um,
Activity is on number 15. Not what you're guessing for, but it's
okay.
in there.
So, are these demon ghosts or regular ghosts? Talking Casper, or are we talking Lucifer's?
We could have. What if we got a little bit of both for
Oh man, so we got.
multiple movies?
Oh wow. The Conjuring, I guess.
The Conjuring is on here at number 5.
I
I disagree.
I watched every single Conjuring movie when like the what was it, the La Llorona movie came out.
Dude, that
I
movie's
think
awful.
yeah, I watched every single movie. Like there's like way more of them than
There's
you
so
think there is.
many.
I watched every single one the week leading up and then went and saw that and it was a complete time suck. I should have watched Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, it was. Courage the Cowardly Dog is actually scary.
It,
That's
it is.
why.
I
The Conjuring is a movie.
yeah,
Sorry. Unpopular opinion. I know.
we apologize on behalf of
I
Eek.
don't
I'm sorry.
apologize. In case you were wondering, The Conjuring has the highest IMDb score of all of these movies in the top 6.
That's ridiculous. Sinister's like an actual good movie.
Yeah, 100%. I love James Wan. I love
That's
his like
insane.
versatility of like I think that's the right word. Could be wrong. I could be saying something completely wrong. Of how different his movies can be. I mean like Saw, The Conjuring, Malignant. I believe he did Megan. All over the place. Love him.
Mm.
Hate The Conjuring.
Yeah, it's just
It's just very mid. Also, Ed and Lorraine Warren were bad people in real life.
so I've heard.
Yeah. We literally only have 3 and 4 left to guess.
Oh man. And then after we can go through and just and argue where we think each should be. 3 and 4. Wow. So one of them has to be from 2010. None of oh, no, Conjuring might be 2010.
Nope, Conjuring is 2013. So you got
Wow,
a
they really pumped a lot of those out quick.
yeah.
So there's got to be a ghost movie up in here.
Um, One of them. So the Conjuring, I would have called more of a ghost movie. The other one, you're going to be a little bit more of a demon territory.
Babadook?
No, that is on the list though. That
No,
is
no
number
Babadook.
16.
So now we are on.
Oh, you know what? Pause. We're going to talk about this for a second while we're talking about the Conjuring house. Have you seen what's been going on with the Conjuring house lately?
No.
It must be the lady who owns it. I read a bunch of articles. There's a lot, but from what I can tell, the woman who owns the Conjuring house, at some point, she says she's a medium. At some point, apparently, a ghost told
Look,
her.
good for her. I'm an extra large.
At some point,
I'm so
a
sorry.
ghost told her that one of her employees was stealing money, and she just fired him. Like
What?
that. Like got rid of him because the ghost said he was stealing money. And then just like that was like 3 weeks ago as we're recording this. And just like 2 weeks later, which was a few days ago, you know Jason Hawes from Taps? Like Ghost Hunters, you know the show Ghost Hunters? You don't know the show Ghost Hunters?
Maybe. Is it like an old show?
No, it's Ghost Hunters.
Jason.
You don't know Ghost Hunters?
Oh, I think
I
they
think
went.
I've
I
seen
think they
it.
went to an amusement park near my house, actually.
They did.
Yeah, I know Ghost Hunters. That shit fucks.
Yeah, okay. So Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters, the main guy from Taps,
Mm-hmm.
apparently the owner of the Conjuring house accused him of having an assassination plot against her and was texting him what he said vile shit, saying that like and then he saying like a bunch of stuff like threatening him, being like, I know you're trying to kill me, da 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 da. And I believe he got a restraining order or something against her.
So she's absolutely insane.
Yeah, losing her marbles. I think she deleted the Conjuring Instagram page.
But she clearly believes that that house is haunted.
100%, 100 million
She's
percent.
firing people over it.
Yeah.
I rock with you, lady. I think you're committed.
Let's go to the Conjuring house. Let's go ghost hunting.
Yeah, if this video gets how many?
Be
Let's
so fun.
should we? Where's the Conjuring? It's in the East Coast, right?
Yeah, it's not far.
I think if this video got 1,000 views, we would go to the Conjuring house. I'm
Yeah,
serious. 1,000 views,
literally.
we'll go to the
We'll
Conjuring
do it.
house.
We'll do it. We might
Well,
have to wait until
well,
she's, actually booking people, but
okay.
all right, back to the list.
Back to the list. I think that then another one that's gonna be on there is gonna be another scary movie by the title of. I don't know where I put my Blu-rays. I needed a hint.
I feel like you
Um,
probably won't have either of these Blu-rays.
okay.
I know for a fact you've seen one. The other
I've
one
seen
is a
it.
very popular
Do you
one.
know how I feel about the one I've seen?
I think you liked it. It is a very divisive movie. Not everyone. You either really, really like it or you really, really
Skinamarink.
dislike it. Yes.
Let's go.
Skinamarink is number 3 with a
Number
scare
three.
score of 91, which
Wow.
fucking W.
That's higher than Conjuring. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that I was gonna say Skinamarink, I wholeheartedly agree with.
I,
That movie's
I
fucking
really like
scary.
Skinamarink. I think I, not that I prefer, um, the shorter version. I think it's just called House or something.
Is that House? I thought it was like Heck.
Yeah, it's Heck. That's what it is.
Heck,
Heck.
yeah.
I think Skidamarink's great, but I did really like Heck too. It was just a little. Skidamarink was long and it like scared you. It was really. It just messed me up for a minute. Like there was no. I guess this is kind of the whole point of this test, but it just kind of left me like in angst for a long time and it made me nervous.
Yeah. I really like that. I mean, I think Skidamaring's a very, very good, like, I love analog horror on YouTube. Maybe one day we'll get into analog horror on the channel
Hmm.
because I
If you'd
don't
if you'd
believe,
like to see it, let us know.
yeah, because I don't believe Danny has dabbled nearly as much as I have.
Um,
So I would like to show him at some point what we got going on.
when it comes to horror, me and Declan are like Neapolitan ice cream. I'm a little vanilla with a little smidge of that strawberry on the side that you accidentally got on there and went, oh darn it. And Declan's a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of strawberry, and a whole lot of vanilla. He's got a little bit more versatility. Okay, so we have one more
You
to
have one movie left, and in case you have not been keeping track, this is the one from 2010.
This is the one for 2010. Okay.
Yeah. So you can start asking me more specific questions now that we got just one left.
Okay. It's the final countdown. Cue the music. Okay, so in this movie is the villain a real like dude or a chick or
Um, no, not
so this
real.
is okay. Does this movie take place in the present?
It takes place at the time it came out, I believe.
Okay. Is it also The Conjuring? They put it on there twice because they ride it so hard. Man, why am I blinking? Blanking. I'm blinking because my
It's
eyes will dry
one.
out, but I'm blanking, not blinking. I'm blanking.
Okay, so the newest one came out in 2023. I
Okay.
have not seen the newest one. I believe I've seen every other one.
Have I seen it?
Probably not.
Have I seen any of them?
I would imagine you had to have seen the first one, at
Is it
least.
is it good?
I don't remember it being bad. I don't think it should. I want to rewatch it, but I don't remember it being remarkable, but I don't remember it being
Mm-hmm.
bad.
I need a little
It's a movie
little
series
baby
that,
hint.
like, people would put along with The Conjuring and Sinister, and like they're very popular movies in the early 2010s.
Orphan 5.
No.
There was two
It's a
orphans.
demon movie. There's a reason it's grouped together with The Conjuring. It's not a part of The Conjuring, but there is a reason.
Oh, is it Insidious?
Yes. Yes, which also
Oh,
was directed by James Wan and
oh.
also has Patrick Wilson in it.
Yeah, why did they do that?
I don't know.
They shouldn't
Uh,
have done that, I don't think.
I like Insidious more than I like The Conjuring. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
right now.
I agree with that.
I also remember they had a big marketing thing with the third Insidious movie where on the Kick app you would message like the main character from the third movie and it was like automated messages that would reply and they would send you like pictures from the movie and stuff.
Hmm, that's cool.
It was sick. Alrighty.
Okay.
So now I think we just kind of talk about how we feel. So let me go
Yes,
over the list one more time. We got Sinister at number one with a scare score of 96.
that's
Host at
okay.
number two with a scare score of 95. Skinamarink at number three with a scare score of 91. Insidious at number four with a scare score of 90. The Conjuring at number five with a scare score of 88. And Hereditary at six with a scare score of 81.
Okay. I
How do you feel
think
about the list?
so. Keep in mind, I have not seen Host, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
let
yeah.
that live where it lives. I'd
Mm-hmm.
assume it doesn't belong there, but let's just pretend that doesn't even exist in
Mm-hmm.
my brain. So I think I always if we're talking about just these movies being scary, I've always said that Sinister is the movie that scared me like the most, especially the first time I saw it.
Sinister scared me so bad. Granted, I
So
watched it at like
bad.
3 a.m. when I was a kid,
Yeah,
but like I
horrifying.
could not go back to sleep. I was like, yo, I'm not fucking sleeping.
Horrifying. And then number two would have to be it's it's gonna be Hereditary. But
Really?
what I was gonna say is if I'm ranking these as quality horror movies, that's what I would actually put Hereditary above Sinister. But since we're doing it
Yeah,
for
specifically,
this
what's
ranking,
the scariest?
I will put Skinamarink second because like I was saying earlier, when I watched that movie, I was really anxious for like a long period of time. So I understand why like it was that
Yeah.
constant upbeat of your heart the entire time. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
scientist. You're so smart. So
We
I'll
love
I'll
you.
agree with that there. And this is here where it gets all messed up. Hereditary is obviously next.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got The Conjuring and
Mm-hmm.
Insidious. So yeah, I'll put Insidious over The Conjuring, but really those just aren't good movies.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as I don't think they're good movies, but I also just don't find like me personally, I don't find them very scary. I don't ever remember being scared of
No.
them. Um,
I have a theory.
Hit me.
Since they're such high production films with like a lot of money backing them, I wonder if the things you don't think about as much, like the music in the background and like the atmosphere set by it and things like that contribute to the way like the heart and body reacts. Even if you don't feel that scared, maybe like your heart's racing a little bit because like you got the creepy orchestral strings in the background and like just the way they shoot it, maybe I don't know. Because
No,
James Wan,
100%.
James Wan's a good director, so like the
James Wan is an
visually,
amazing director.
so I kind of get it, but it just makes me upset that there's so many like phenomenal. Like I see Hell House LLCs on here, and I'm like, that's just a
Don't
jump
even get me
scare
going on that
movie.
fucking movie.
That's
I
just
hate
a
that
jump
movie.
scare movie. I see Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity is not like a horrifying movie. I get it for why it's on this list, but
We got
it's just
Ouija
upsetting to
Origin of
see.
Evil too, in like The
Yeah.
Nun 2 specifically. But it's also like Barbarian was 27. That movie's
What?
scary. I remember that movie scared me.
It didn't scare me that bad, but
I
it's
mean, it wasn't like I wouldn't have put it in the top 10,
yeah, 27 makes sense, I guess.
but like underneath some of the ones that are higher up, I would have put
Hmm.
it over The Conjuring
Yeah,
any second.
it's just upsetting that there's a lot of like really really good movies that didn't really have a chance
Yeah, and
because
obviously I think some of these
The Descent
The
should be
Descent's
like number
horrifying.
one, dude.
Yeah, The
Not
Descent
really,
is
but
number 11.
The Descent is so horrifying. I watched that recently again,
That's a good movie, dude.
and I was so afraid, dude. I was watching it alone with the lights off. It was
Yeah.
horrifying. Like that.
And
That's just a little upsetting, but I get it.
I do love like I obviously like I love that they're doing this. I think it brings a lot of attention to the genre. I think
Hmm.
it but it shouts out a lot of movies that maybe didn't get a lot of shout outs. I mean, Host, for example. Host is number 2. That probably brought so many more people to go check out Host because they're like, what the hell
Absolutely.
is this? But
Yeah.
it does suck because obviously they can't get every single movie. And I think a lot of indie movies would
Yeah.
be they're I believe they're a lot scarier than some of these.
100%.
So it is what it is. I mean, overall, I think it's a good thing, and the list is what it is. I mean, it's science. Can't argue
Yeah.
with it.
It's
But
science. What can you say?
yeah, what do I know? I'm just a silly little guy.
All right. And let us know in the comments if you agree, if you're a fan of The Conjuring or Insidious, and let us know what's wrong with you.
What do you
Um,
think the scariest movie is?
yeah. Also add that. I think the scariest movie ever is I can't think of one, but let us
I
know
think
what you
scariest
think.
movie ever is Lake Mungo. Done.
Oh, that's a good one. Um, yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you next week.
Alrighty, see ya.
Toodaloo, we gotta go. We have things to do too. I gotta go to the car wash.
Yeah.